This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. Lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome to the Special Chronicles show. My name is Daniel Smikowski. I'm the founder of Special Chronicles and Special Olympics Southern Survival International Global Messenger and a service ambassador at United Airlines. Our website, specialchronicles.com. We can stream our archives of over 750 episodes absolutely for free. And follow Special Chronicles on social media, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. This week on the Special Chronicles show's Unified at Work series, season 4, part 8. We're on the job celebrating our 4-year work anniversary, featuring a conversation with Jonna McGrath, VP Denver Hub at United Airlines, who began our service ambassador on. So what better way to celebrate the 4-year anniversary? And I think this episode is going live the 30th of October, so that last week. So the last week of our 4-year anniversary. So please put your virtual hands together as I think John has been on the show a couple of times in the past. So welcome back to the Special Chronicles show and our Unified at Work series. John. Good to talk to you. And I think you've been on the show a couple of times in the past.
Once at least, maybe twice. Yeah. I'm honored to be your guest.
So it's good to have you back on the show. And as we always have new listeners that are just tuning in, or maybe a listener that didn't hear the last time that you were on. So why don't you introduce yourself and share with the listeners how we first got connected and your role at United.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm Jonna McGrath. I first met Daniel when we started our partnership with Special Olympics. I want to say it was back in 2018 at an event. I believe the first time I saw you was bowling, and you were all much better bowlers than I was. So I think I got like an 80 and they were 180. Much better than me. And then we started doing some work shadow programs at O'Hare, where I was the managing director of customer service. And as we did our work shadow programs, it was different than the normal tour of the airport. All the athletes came out and they worked with us for the day and made announcements and helped check bags and just interacted with our customers and our employees. And it was just such a great event. And my team and myself were talking afterwards, and we thought we can do more. These athletes have so much talent, and they can bring unique things to United Airlines. So that started the process of bringing on our Special Olympics athlete service ambassadors. And you were one of the original 4, and I still remember the day we did the interviews. Probably one of the It was so much fun getting to know all of you better and to give you that to come work on our team at O'Hare. And since then, I've just been watching you grow and grow and grow. And I learned so much from you every time I see you. And when I worked with you at O'Hare and the rest of the ambassadors, it's really been a great program, I think, not only for you guys, but for every one of us, because we're learning from each other.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's been amazing thinking back to 4 years ago and how he started. And we're going to go ahead and take our first break. And then when we come back, we'll get into maybe some favorite memories from 4 years ago from when we started. So our guest is Jonna, and you listen to the Special Chronicles show and our Unified at Work series. And we'll be back after this short break. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcasts, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. And in the first segment, Jonna, you told us a little bit about how the program got started. But now, as we sort of celebrate this month of 4-year anniversary, can you take us back to 4 years ago and maybe share a few favorite memories or highlights from those very early days of when we, either from when we came in for the interviews or on our first, few weeks of when we started our jobs as service ambassadors? Any favorite memories or
I got a lot of them. I think the first thing I would say is it's like an overall feeling more than a memory, but from the time you all came in for interviews, the excitement and the positive attitude that you brought to the workplace was just so contagious. It was just so much fun seeing how you perceived things and how you attacked challenges. And I think that was just such a great addition to our workspace. A lot of times I think people look at the negative side of things, and with all of you, you never did that. You always found the positives, and you always found different ways of doing things. And I think that was a good lesson for all of us to learn from all of you. One of my other favorite memories is the first trip we all took to Houston. So we all went down for the plane pull. I believe you guys had only had a week or two on the job. So we got to fly for business and go to Houston and participate in the Special Olympics plane pull down there, where teams from all over United system came in to pull planes. And Daniel, you spoke at that event, and I can still remember how emotional and proud I was of you, because you spoke in front of, I want to say there was 500 plus people there, and you were a new employee, and you just represented United and Special Olympics so exceptionally well. That was a great memory, and then just such a fun night being with all of you and getting to know all of you better. And then the other thing that pops into my head was the day we were filming in the lobby and we had a dance party. And I still remember thinking about, living in the moment is so important, and we all got to do that together and have some fun at work. And that makes work, we got to have fun at work because we're there a lot. And so that was just such a fun event with everyone, and letting loose a little bit and enjoying each other.
Absolutely. Yeah. Those are definitely some favorite memories. And I remember when first hearing about the job, a lot of us athletes, those of us with disabilities, never had a job like this. Working for an airline, working in aviation was never something that we were told that we could do. So it's amazing the opportunities that you were able to give us, and now since then expanded to other athletes in Denver and Houston and Washington Dallas. That it's amazing that we're able to grow and give more opportunities as well.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I love seeing it grow. And now, as I'm the vice president of the Denver hub, I have my athletes out in Denver that are a great team. I just had a luncheon with them, and it was so much fun getting to know them better and each of their different skill sets. I think Hannah sent you a picture the other day. We got to do a selfie and visit a little while. So she's another global messenger. So she works with me in Denver, one of my Denver teammates now. So it's been a great experience and road that we're going down. It's a journey, really, and we really need to, continue expanding and finding ways to keep helping others grow. So I'm super excited about the program in general. And I think Amazon started something similar, and your friend Nick is working on that.
Yeah. It's amazing that that other companies are all following in our footsteps of what we started 4 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah, they really are.
Why can you share with us a little bit more about why you wanted to hire us, Special Olympics athletes as service ambassadors, and a little bit more about like the kind of backstory of why you wanted to create these groundbreaking jobs for us?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it started with the bowling, and then it went to the work shadows. But as I was working with all of you, and we were talking about your jobs and what you were doing in your lives, I saw opportunity. I think all of you have such special talents that you bring to the workplace, and sometimes we just look for one specific type of person to do a job. And I think we can all expand our minds and look for other opportunities, because it takes all kinds of people to make a really great team. And so as we started talking about that, we started talking about how can we bring all of these athletes in, or some of these athletes in, and be part of our family, our United family and our United team, because we saw the potential that you guys all had. And that's how this started evolving. And the more we talked about it, the more we saw benefits and the opportunity to help break that glass ceiling for you guys and give you different opportunities, and that we're currently in the workplace for you to get jobs. And so it was really fulfilling being able to work through that with all of you and have you now as part of the United family. But I think it was really noticing all the special talents that each of you have and how that could blend into our workforce.
Awesome. We're going to go ahead and take our next break, and then we'll get into the impact that us service ambassadors have on United. And I'm going to have you comment on a quote that we'll get to after this next break right here on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll be right back. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives, and Wary is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they are literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. Support for Special Chronicles comes from United Airlines Bridge Disability Business Resource Group. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with United Airlines and the Bridge BLG. Bridge BLG is committed to being an ally for all employees and customers with disabilities. Bridge helps to create internal awareness to keep accessibility needs in mind and partner with key organizations to empower disability inclusion for employment and travel. Bridge, connecting people of all abilities. Book your travel today on United.com or on the award-winning United app. Learn more on United's commitment to disability inclusion for employment and travel at specialchronicles.com/United. That's specialchronicles.com/United. And we covered a little bit of the impact of us service ambassadors in the previous segment, but using this comment as a jumping off point, I thought you could comment on. So someone in our Houston hub had said that when they hired the 6 service ambassadors in Houston, had commented that us service ambassadors are the missing piece to our United family. So from either from us OGs in Chicago or Denver, Houston, or now Washington, Dallas, Can you comment on that quote and kind of share your thoughts on how as service ambassadors are the missing piece to all you?
Yeah. Absolutely. I said, when you put a puzzle together, you don't know you're missing a piece until the end sometimes. So sometimes it takes us longer than it should to figure out we're missing those pieces. But I think they're spot on. I think you guys help make us whole. You bring just such light to our operation and to our customers. It's great to learn from you and watch you all learn and grow. So I think that saying you're the missing piece, it's part of inclusion. And I love the inclusion revolution. And I love Lauren's word. Tell me if I get it right. I think it's exceptionalities.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, right. Like this. So you all bring something special, as do all our employees, but we all fit together like a puzzle. And I think that in being more inclusive in the workplace with all of you or with different types of talent that we bring into the workforce just makes us better. And it makes that puzzle more complete as we continue to build it. And our puzzle at United is growing, right? With United Next and all the planes. So we're getting bigger and bigger. And I think it's just really important that we keep thinking this way and letting good lead the way in all our decisions and giving opportunities for everyone and recognizing that not everyone needs to have the same skill set or the same talent, that we all complement each other.
Awesome. We'll get back to that. Good leads the way in our last segment. But before we get there, over the past 4 years, is there another kind of brief story of the impact of us service ambassadors working on the job that you can share of the impact that we're making?
Yeah. I think there's a couple stories. I'm going to start with one from O'Hare. I can't tell you how many times I talk to United employees or frequent travelers that tell me, oh, I love going through the O'Hare lobby because I get to see the service ambassadors. I get to see Daniel or Lauren or Z or Kyle, and it just makes my day. And I think that's part of the impact. You make an impression on everyone you meet because you do come to work with that exceptional attitude and those exceptionalities that make you all unique, and it makes a difference to those people as they go through the lobby, and it enhances our customers' journey. I think also, as we watch, you're a global messenger, as is Hannah in Denver, and watch you do your thing, whether it's on a podcast like this or traveling the Special Olympics and talking at these worldwide and national events. You're really touching others, and you're showing them that you can do anything you put your mind to, and really embodying that Special Olympics mantra and showing others what's possible in the world. And I think that makes an impact, and that's how you're impacting United, and that's how you're impacting our world.
Awesome. Yeah, it's amazing the amount of, when I'm looking either in the lobby or at the gates, the amount of people that are thanking me for taking the time to be kind and caring to them, that it's amazing that little bit of kindness and caring that not only myself, but like Hannah and Lauren and Kyle and the other service ambassadors, that little bit of kindness and caring. And I think when I interviewed Oscar this past May, he highlighted the caring part of the core four, that he said of the core four values, caring is what we as service ambassadors, that comes natural to us, and that we really highlight. I don't know if you want to comment on that as well.
I 100% agree. So you guys are making our customers' journeys better with kindness and in assistance, right? And it's the little things that we remember, and whether it's good or bad. And you guys are always bringing that good into the journey. And I think that impacts all of us, and it impacts how they treat others also. So it's contagious when we smile. It's contagious when we're kind. And that is our foundation, is in Core 4. Caring is a huge part of our foundation. People don't remember necessarily the whole experience, but they remember how you made them feel. So if we can make them feel good with kindness, like you all do every day, that makes an impact on our customers, which helps our airline grow and gives us more opportunities for others to come and join our teams.
Absolutely. We're going to take our last break, and then when we come back, we'll get into some final thoughts and kind of tie back to that Good Leads the Way that you had just mentioned. So we'll be right back right here on SpecialChronicles.com.
Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting, the easiest, most affordable option to get started in podcasting. At Special Chronicles, we proudly host our weekly podcast with Podbean and highly recommend you use Podbean Podcast Hosting to get started in podcasting today. Sign up for an unlimited hosting plan and get 1 month free now to get started in podcasting today when you visit specialchronicles.com/Podbean. That's specialchronicles.com/Podbean. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard, the easiest way to create professional live streams. StreamYard is a live streaming studio in your browser. Interview guests, share your screen, and much more. Stream directly to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and other platforms. Sign up for StreamYard today using our StreamYard referral link when you visit specialchronicles.com/StreamYard. That's specialchronicles.com/StreamYard.
So, John, I think in the previous segment you had mentioned about Good Leads the Way, and you may comment now a little bit about, or share with us a little bit about how the message of disability inclusion, how the inclusion revolution and service ambassadors fit into United's Good Leads the Way campaign.
So when we talk about Core 4, right, Good Leads the Way is also part of that caring sector, just like what we said you guys were part of. And it's something that we're not only saying, but we're living. And there's so many examples of Good Leads the Way. And you and I just participated in the plane poll at O'Hare that United sponsored, right? And I believe they made about $180,000 for Special Olympics.
Yeah, that's right.
It's crazy. So, and that was really, the community and United and the United Airplanes supporting the great cause of Special Olympics. And there's so many other ways that United does that, whether it's the small touches when we're dealing with a customer who needs something different because they're traveling, whether it's with a disability or with traveling for something sad or something exciting in their life. Really, those employees that step up and take care of each other. Or United, when we transported formula, when there was a formula shortage from the UK, and we respond to global crises. Even right now, we are sending planes to Athens to help evacuate people from Israel. So United really is living by that mantra. It's not just a tagline. It's something that we're doing every day, and you guys are doing every day. It's just making decisions based on what our customers and our fellow United families' needs are, and letting that guide us to do the right thing at the right times. And I think that's why we're also proud to work for United. And that's why I'm so proud to work alongside you. I think the other great thing that United is doing is our BRGs. And so now I'm going to make you answer a question. Daniel is on our Bridge BRG. And I think I would love to hear about how that has been for you, what you've learned from it, and how it impacts you.
It's well, I didn't know that you were going to turn the microphones around on me, but I think from being on a Bridge BRG, it's been amazing to see not just with the SOSA ambassadors, but what else Bridge and United is doing to create more inclusion and accessible ways for people to travel, whether it's getting like braille on the on the new aircrafts, or the closed captions, or the ASL in interpret the ASL on a lot of like the town halls and the videos. Like a lot of like it's been amazing to see what we've been able to do to create not just accessible and inclusion for the customer, but also for us employees. That Bridge Ready is helping to make a lot of good happen.
No, I agree. And for those of you listening that don't know what a BRG is, it's a business resource group. And it's a group where like-minded people can come together and focus on different things. In Daniel's situation, or on his BRG, they're focused on inclusion and disabilities in the workplace and how we can be better and accommodate our travelers and our employees. But we have a veterans group, we have a women's group, we have Beacon, which is for our Black colleagues. We have Unite, which is multicultural. I'm missing some here. See, I wasn't prepared. I should have had my list. We have Connect, which is for parents, our people taking care of their elderly parents. And then we have Gen Z, which is, no, that's not what it's called. What's the one that is our like millennial type of group? I don't know. It'll come to me after we're all done.
I know. I'm blanking on it too. I don't have a list in front of me.
But we have a lot of these BRGs, and they help us be more inclusive, and they help people's voices be heard to see how we can do better. And I think that's what I really love about the BRGs is people are stepping up and saying, hey, here's opportunities, because we all have opportunities, whether it's personal or at work, to grow and be better human beings and let good leads the way and embody that core 4 caring attitude. So the BRGs are really a great way for helping us channel that energy on the right items. And I'm so proud that you are on the board of the BRG and doing those great things at United, Daniel.
So yeah, it's amazing. And so as we come to a close, can you share with us any social media plugs on either how people can connect with you or how people can book the travel on United?
Yeah, so I love that you talked about our award-winning app. Our app is amazing, but so is our website. So there's cool things out there. There's Trip Planner now. So if you're trying to plan a trip with your friends and you want to collaborate on it, you can vote and give ideas. So there's some cool things on our website that you can use Trip Planner, but our app is amazing. You can book on the app, whether you're using dollars or miles or both. It gives you great ideas of where you can go to, where United flies all over the world, and we're growing. So those are all fun things. And then I forgot what the rest of the question was, Daniel, how to book on United
and social media plugs.
Oh, yeah. And so social media, we use Twitter a lot, or X now. I'm not quite used to saying the different name. But we also have a United Instagram account. We have a United Facebook account. So there's a lot of ways to connect with United through social media. So if you just put in the search United Airlines, you will see us there and present. And we talk about good leads the way. We talk about the additions to our fleet. We talk about technology upgrades or things that we're doing different. Daniel talked about the BRG and the Braille on the aircraft. We also have a way for those that are hearing impaired to be able to sync with our app and use the app on the phone, which is a really cool feature. So I'm not technology savvy to tell you exactly how that works, but there's a lot of cool things out there, and our social media helps talk about them, as does our website. So
awesome. And then one other thing I wanted to mention for our listeners, there was a new social story that Bridge was a part of, and we were myself and Lone and Kyle and C, we were part of a photo shoot for this social story that's on United's website, and I think it's also linked on the United app as well. But this social story helps anyone, but particularly those of us with disabilities, on every step of the travel journey. And so if I remember, I'll try to put a link to that in the show notes. But that social story was something that was something else that Bridge had done, and that is that people can find on United's website or on the United app.
That's awesome. I didn't even know about it. I can't wait for the link to come up so I can go look also.
I can send you the link after we're done recording as well. And so do you have any final thoughts on your time here today on as we talked about our full year anniversary? And
so I would say a couple things. I was laughing a little bit to myself as you were just talking, because I was thinking about our last podcast and how much fun we had with Steve was on it also. And I think the joke was about being lit. I didn't know the meaning of it. See, I'm old.
Any of us knew what that meant.
Yeah, right. But it was so much fun laughing and talking with you. And I would say the same thing today. It's just an honor and a privilege to spend time with you and to talk with you. And I am so proud of all that you're doing to make the world a better place. And you should be really proud of yourself also.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. We're really grateful for everything that you have done to 4 years ago to welcoming us into United and giving us an opportunity to showcase what we're able to do and the kindness and the love that we bring every day.
Mm-hmm. And, I think people sometimes think when we say United Family, like we're just using a buzzword, but it's not. It's really true. And like I'm getting emotional, but I really love you guys and you're amazing. And I love what you do for United Airlines. And I'm just proud that you're helping me grow, and I'm proud watching you grow. So I think this has just been a win-win for everybody, and I can't wait to see where it goes. COVID kind of slowed us down a little bit, and now we're trying to get our feet back under us, and same with the Special Olympics, but we're going to continue to grow and find opportunities. Yeah,
absolutely. I think in that you had commented on that video that we did where we were all dancing, and I think something that Kyle said in the video was, we've got our family at home, but then we've got our United family, and so it's amazing of how we're all able to connect and look out for each other. We've got one final question that we mentioned the inclusion revolution a little bit, I think a little bit earlier on, but we got one final question that has to do with the inclusion revolution. So let's go ahead and
we're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising,
peaceful protesters
in a rebellion against anyone
who has a fear of difference.
Difference.
Our demands are
equality,
dignity,
and the recognition of our
shared humanity. We will not stop
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
more divided than ever,
and coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
So ever since I attended the 2019 Special Olympics World Games in Abu Dhabi 5 years ago, I've been asking all of our guests one final question, and so I'll do the same with you. Inclusion revolution, as you know, is a big message in Special Olympics, and even at United with having us SOSA ambassadors, part of the United family. So can you share with us, what does inclusion mean to you?
Inclusion means to me that we embrace our differences and we don't label people or limit people. We've got to get to know each other, and we've got to find what each individual's talents are and find how that puzzle fits together. And it's sometimes hard to put a puzzle together, but there is a way to do it every single time. And I think at airlines we're solution, motivated, and we are always looking for solutions. And I think there's always a place that each and every person fits in that puzzle. And we just have to take the time to recognize it and recognize each other's differences and find where that perfect place is to make people fit and have them grow. And the puzzle gets bigger and changes, and we've got to be willing to do that and not be so set in our ways, because if we look at one job needs this exact attribute, then we're missing a lot of opportunity on how we can enhance that job or make it better. So I think inclusion to me is just really seeing people for who they are on the inside and what they bring, and not labeling them and putting them in a box saying they can only do this, because I do think the sky's the limit for anyone. We can do whatever we put our mind to, and sometimes we fail along the way, and that's okay, because we learn from it and we grow and we try again. And as long as we're trying and staying positive, hey, yeah, we're going to win in the end for sure. So that's what it means to me.
Absolutely. Well, that's the perfect way to wrap up this episode. And for all of you listening, stay subscribed to this podcast and subscribe to our newsletter and follow us on social media, because at Special Chronicles, we have a surprise announcement coming in early November as we celebrate the 15th anniversary of Special Chronicles, 15 years that I've been podcasting. So we've got a surprise announcement that we've been looking at pretty much since the beginning of this year. So we're really excited about this surprise announcement, and I'm sure you all will be excited when we announce it in the beginning of November. I think around November 8th, 10th, so sometime around that first week or two. We're excited to announce this that we've been working on. And keep following this podcast, subscribe to our newsletter, follow us on social media, and we will let you know what that surprise announcement is. So
to hear. I'm all excited.
We've been slowly kind of teasing it out, but yeah, we're excited to let everyone know. It's So just we'll send it out on our newsletter, and we'll put it on our Special Chronicles social media as well, and we'll do a special live podcast on the second week of November. So yeah, we'll let us.
I just thought of something I forgot to tell you, Daniel. I know. I'm like, hopefully we get 1 minute. So I went to a technical conference in Denver. It was a dinner, and we were chatting, and they were talking about Oscar's new book. I don't know if you've read it, but they were talking about Oscar's new book. And then they said, yeah, it seems strange we're going to say this, but we've seen you on a Special Olympic podcast. And I was like, the Special Chronicles? And they said, yeah, we love it. We've been watching it. So she is a CEO of the Denver Technical Association, and she's seen your podcasts, and she loved it and wanted to know more about your podcast and about United's program. So you're touching people all over the world.
Awesome. Yeah, it's amazing. Even when I was in Berlin at the World Games, there were a few people that were coming up to me and told me that they listened. So it's always you never know, because like right now I'm sitting in my studio here behind the microphone. You never know, like just the amount of listeners and the amount of impact that people are when I press record and turn the microphone on. You never know the impact that we're making every week on this podcast.
Right, spreading kindness person to person, right? One person at a time.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again, Jonna, for taking the time to come on the podcast. And listeners, we'll be back next week. And every Monday, a new episode drops. So until then, remember, choose to include, and disabled voices matter. Disabled voices matter. That's a hint to the big announcement coming up. We'll talk to you next week, everyone. Take care.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Special Chronicles podcast. Our podcast was produced by Daniel Smikowski on the Special Chronicles Network. Follow Special Chronicles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Subscribe, rate, and review Special Chronicles on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our website, specialchronicles.com, where you can stream our archives of over 500 episodes for absolutely for free. Also, there's a list of our favorites, original series, award-winning columns, and blogs. And sign up for our newsletter to receive exclusive bonus content delivered to your inbox. Again, specialchronicles.com. Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard. Thanks, as always, to our business manager, Adam Smukowski, who always encourages us to never give up. I'm Daniel Smukowski. Back next week with more stories.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.